Heard you.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yo, it's
we out here.
The City, the podcast. Shout to Kev. Shout to T-Time. Shout to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. And as you can see, today has been hell of a day. You know what I mean? Shit, man. I don't even know where to begin, man. Like, usually I would start with the City game, but everybody know what's going on with Kyrie Irving. So, I'll start with Kyrie Irving. What I will say is this. On the business side of things, Kyrie Irving played 82 out of 143 games. When you do the math of 82 times 4 for the most part, you see that he's missed a lot of games with the Brooklyn Nets specifically. So there's 82 games, 82 times 82 is 164. You do that twice, right? But you get like, I don't know, I'm guessing what it is like a lot. It's a lot. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the math right now. But my point is that business-wise, the front office, I feel like they shy away from giving him the 200 mil max because business-wise, he hasn't proven himself. He had a good stretch of games, but when we went on a stretch of games in the win streak, Kevin Durant was on the roster. We tried to win with, and again, just speaking on him without mentioning Ben Simmons or Kevin Durant for the most part. Just everything that transpired with the media, with Josiah going to Twitter instead of calling Kyrie Irving directly saying, yo, this is what I feel, etc. and so on, and addressing the matter before the media is the middleman in the matter. That, in my opinion, is where the disconnect is. There was a big disconnect on the business side of things. I heard there were stipulations in the contract that was offered, and now that Kyrie seen the contract, he's scoffed at the contract, basically like, nah, get that off my table. I want none of that. So
what kind of disrespect is this?
Yeah, like it slid it off his table. Like, what is this?
This is embarrassing. Like, what is this, bro? What
Right.
kind of contract is this, B?
So you know what I mean? I just think at the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets, they have a, I don't know, they have a reputation to try to obtain. We don't have it yet, far as the front office and
Bro,
taking
bro.
care of superstars. You got Kevin Durant in a situation where he asked for a trade. You got Kevin, shout out to Brockwork. Nets fans is the
Shout
best.
out to Brown one.
You got Harden who didn't take it seriously, tried to get the bag and left, did what he could and got what he could and then left. You got big players coming here not showing commitment to the front office, and you got Sean Marks and Joe Tsai, who are fairly new at owning the team with Joe Tsai and being in GM for Sean Marks. This is their first chance at it. And again, like I said, I feel like it's all a cleanup after they traded Jared Allen. It wasn't about obtaining James Harden. I feel like with the roster we had, James Harden wouldn't have did better than what Karis LeVert and Jalen Allen would have did. Now, case in point is we're talking about the moves that Sean Marks did and his reputation without Kyrie Irving. His reputation is not that stellar without Kyrie Irving. When you break it down, whether I'm a fan of Sean Marks or not, he's did okay when it came down to free agency. I think again when it's contrasted to DeMar DeRozan and Kawhi Leonard, the difference is that the Toronto Raptors didn't give up their core to get Kawhi Leonard. They kept their core and they added Kawhi Leonard. The difference is when Kyrie and Katie came here, they disassembled the whole team besides Joe Harris and Nick Claxton. There's only two guys that's still here, and Joe Harris, and Jacques Vaughn, the head coach. And again, in culture building, if there's the coaches and the players in the front office is not on the same page, you get the Brooklyn Nets. No disrespect, I'm a fan of the Brooklyn Nets. You got fans out there saying that I'm gonna be a Knicks fan because of all of these things happening. I'm not gonna turn. I will not turn into a Knicks.
Let's fix that. You was a Knicks fan already, and then you jumped ship when it was time to jump ship, and you started rocking out with the Nets. We understand.
Nah, I tell you, I tried to like the Knicks, and I found out it was a rivalry then. And
Started from the bottom, now we here. I know.
It wasn't. I won't say that the Yankees and Mets. I feel like the Yankees and Mets is two city teams, not so much a rivalry, but it is. The Subway Series is important to people who live in New York City. The Knicks and the Nets, I feel like it's a rivalry growing, but we've been winning these last few games, but. I will say that I do like some of the stuff that the Knicks are doing. I even heard Kyrie Irving in the mix with some of the trade ideas. They was just throwing stuff out there, playing RJ in the trade. And
excuse me, can I just start? I don't mean to cut you off there, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we will not be making a trade with the Brooklyn Nets, and we will not be giving up RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, Jason Tucker. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't make deals with the Nets. That's number one. And number two, we don't want to take your headache. You guys are stuck with it. You guys got to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we are. Listen, again, he won 82 games out of 143 games that he played with the Brooklyn Nets. When you do the numbers and you add 82 times 4, that's what 164, 164. And you add that, that's like 328 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So he's been there for 143 of the games, but there's been 360, I think, 4 games or 2 games or something like that in the season. And he's won 83 out of that.
Right.
Contract wise, businessmen not trying to hear that. They like, yo, this is just mathematically not adding up. But the truth, the big hit that happened to the Brooklyn Nets is Ben Simmons. They don't have room to maneuver or be flexible with Kyrie Irving because of the big contract they took in with Ben Simmons, and he's been trash. You know what I mean? Case in point is, if Ben Simmons' contract wasn't there, I think they would have no choice but to be flexible with a Kyrie Irving. But case in point is, it is what it is right now, and Kyrie Irving, for the reasons with the video that he watched and then shared and got all of that backlash from the media, and how Joe Tsai handled it, in my opinion, is the reason why Kyrie moving forward with a trade. I think he wants to have the trade more than stay. As a fan, it hurts because I seen him get a lot of support, whether it was, I mean, in front of the Barclays. Hell no, we won't go. Let Kyrie play. He should be able to have the right to decide what he want to do with his body and so on. The fans gave him big support, but case in point, the fans don't decide who stays on the team. The front
Right.
office decides. And I wanted to ask you, Kev, like, in a pie, how much say do you think that the front office gives to fans about a player that they want on a team? You see how the Knicks clamored for a point guard all of these years, and then you finally got Jalen Brunson. How much of that does the front office take into consideration? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I
I don't really think the front office really. I mean, they might listen to what the fans have to say. Well, they might listen to what the fans have to say, but in all reality, they're gonna do what they do, bro. They're gonna do what they do. At the end of the day, they're gonna do what's right for the organization. Because the fans, as Knicks fans, we've been screaming, we want this player, we want that player, we want this player, trade for this player, trade for that player, sign this player, sign that player, and it hardly ever happens. So,
Mhm.
so obviously, to me, I don't really think the fans have much of a say when it comes to who we sign or who we draft or who we trade for. None of that. They just make the moves.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean,
Hmm.
I think they should take in consideration. I wonder if they watched podcasts or they,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, tap into Twitter and see what this Twitter. And some of these bigger personalities, they'll jump in these spaces on Twitter and they'll talk.
yeah,
They'll let
yeah.
you know the handle and they'll kick it. And I think
Hmm.
they do try to get a feel for fans. They do try to get a feel for the room. And you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because our opinions are valid. You know what I'm saying? Like how
Yeah.
we feel, we looking at the game, we may not understand it to the full capacity as them. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of YouTubers that vlog like me or T Time or you that feel like, yo, I can match wits with some of these guys. You know what I mean? I know how to call it.
Hmm.
And I think some of that, in my opinion, big networks, they definitely shine a light on vloggers like that's serious about
Yeah.
being out here and talking sports. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It definitely may even take some talking points from some
Right.
of us from here and there. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But I just said that to say that with Kyrie Irving, that's another thing. The media in the New York media, they don't like him. You know what I mean? After everything that happened, and then even him doing the apology and all of this and that. Again, it's like you gotta give credit to the fact that the trade offer came after the he asking for the max. So it's not like he just out of nowhere asked for the trade. He did say, "Yo, I want this," and again, I think it was some of that like, how dare you, me,
I
Kyrie,
mean, I
and
mean, let's be real though. Let's be real though. If you really think about it, like if you Kyrie, let's put ourselves in his shoes, right? I'm
Mhm,
Kyrie Irving. I'm a champion. I got an NBA championship under my belt. I
mhm,
have playoff experience. I'm a game changer, obviously. Like how many times that dude, done took over a game. I mean, look at that last game against the Knicks. Like
mhm.
Kyrie do Kyrie things. And
Yeah,
then and
yeah,
then
I
and
seen
then
y'all
you,
saying that
yeah,
on.
and then you come and you give me this little bogus contract. That's like a slap in the face, man. Like, damn, I'm Kyrie Irving. You trying to give me this?
Mhm.
Like, nah, fam. You giving me this, but yet you paying Ben Simmons that.
Right, right, and
You
it's
know what
way
I
more
mean? Like,
production from Kyrie. And to add
hell
to
yeah.
it, I feel like what it really is the stipulation
Yeah,
of
and I believe
well,
I believe that too. And I believe that that's the same reason
Right.
why James Harden left. He kind of
Yeah.
see things was swirling out of control.
Mhm.
Things ain't right. Things ain't going right.
Mhm. No,
Is
it's
it?
I think well to add to that, it's and I was saying that as well, it's the front office. I don't know what it is, and you build relationships, you build bonds with people.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Sean Marks, he does business with the Phoenix Suns because of the relationships he had when he used to be with the Phoenix Suns. And people, when you got certain guys on your resume, you know what I mean, it looks good because you build these relationships on the course of your NBA career. You feel what I'm saying? But I
Right.
say that to say that the New York media, they don't like Kyrie Irving. The fans like him, but again, when I break down the numbers, he won 82 out of 143, and it was over 300 something games played. So he missed a lot of games, and he won more than half than he played. But still, the results is second round, and that was the most. So on the business side, it don't make sense for the Brooklyn Nets to invest in him. As a fan, I would like to see it because I would like to believe that Katie and Kyrie will work. But the truth is, if Harden did it, Kyrie did it, and Katie did it, we gotta take a peek at the front office and say maybe it's something you guys are doing. Because at the end of the day, you still want to build a good rapport with these players because they superstars, and you want to attract other superstars to play for the Brooklyn Nets. You can't put yourself in a position where all our talent is just going to come from the draft and no team want to take us serious as to compete for a championship, and they just want to come here and get the bag and dip. I was hurt when that happened with D'Lo. D'Lo, I didn't feel like he was that good in LA. I felt like he came to the Brooklyn Nets and he got better on the Brooklyn
Mm-hmm.
Nets. And then like we should give him the bag. And then that was the same season or off season that Kyrie and KD became free agents. So it was kind of a no-brainer for a new GM and a new owner. These are the best free agents on the market. Get these guys. They went wrong with the core that Sean Marks was building or the roster that he was building before the free agency. He gave all that up to, I don't know. I see the results of it. I don't know why he did it, but you see the results of it. And again, I still feel like we playing cleanup since we lost Jared Allen, and now it's another mess in aisle 6. Aisle 6. There's a spill here, and there's a spill in 7, and we need help right now, man. So
I'll be honest with you, bro. I think what has a lot to do with that too, maybe not just the contract, but that whole list that the owner of the organization, that list was kind of ridiculous to me, in my opinion. I thought I thought it was yeah, like, why I gotta do all this? Meanwhile, I ain't even put the book out. Meanwhile,
right,
you don't even got my back. Like, I think
that part,
all that, not the owner not having his back the way
right,
the owner should have, because really, like, in all reality, everybody went after Kyrie, but the real nobody went after the real people that actually put the book out there. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Yeah. He didn't
I
get in
think,
no trouble. It's still on Amazon too.
yeah, he ain't getting no trouble. He's still out there making man money off that book. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and Kyrie is out here, they put a stain on his jacket, which I completely disagreed with. You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Well,
the owner, didn't back him up on it. And I thought that was corny in itself. So,
mhm.
I think these stars are starting to notice, like, maybe I just came to the wrong, maybe I to the wrong destination, and it's time for me to, keep it
Yeah,
moving, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like you know, Mark Cuban may go overboard and say, "Yo, I'll trade my wife for Luca." I think that's a tad bit much, but it does give your player the confidence, like, "Yo, this guy's riding with me, not on the fence. On you don't know if he is or he isn't." And I think
Hmm.
that's part of the reason why Luca could play so well, or they could easily make Luca the franchise player of the organizations because he's somebody that the front office backs. the front, it seemed like, and look, KD, he questioned the front office. He said, fire the coach and the GM. He talking straight to the owner. Like, he went over their head. And what happened? They made a stipulation in the first 10 games. If we are under 500 or a 500 team, he out of here. I'm not saying I was in the room or a fly on the wall, but after 10 games, he was gone. We were 4-6. It wasn't good enough for us to be confident in Steve Nash going into his 4th season. Shout out to him. It was free money. I mean, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Case in point is, I don't think he ever becomes a coach in the NBA after this. You know what I mean? But case in point is that was Sean Marks' call. So a lot, and what I'm saying is the relationship between the front office and the superstars was never really solid. You know, I think the front office has to open up a line of communication to build these relationships, so that way around contract time you'll have more loyalty. You feel what I'm saying? Kyrie is doing what's best for him right now, and fans might be upset, but Kyrie feel like he's doing what's best for him. This is his highest trade values. He's the top guard for All-Star votes. He feel like if I'm going to get traded, do it now. Don't make it contingent on whether I win or lose a championship with the Brooklyn Nets, because my trade value will drop. If I do it now, it's better for me. So this is business as well. You know what I'm saying? So
and I want to give a real shout out to the Knicks front office, you know, for shying away from the stars, you know, building the right way, putting the team together, handing out decent contracts. Our organization is not in shambles. We have no headaches. You know, the only headaches that we have right now is Coach Tommy T. And you know, sooner or later, you know, he's gonna be out of here, and Johnny Bryant's gonna run his team.
And Tommy T.
Yo, listen. Coach Tommy T benched him, and then the next day he came in and handed Coach Tommy T a 30 spot. Here, hold that. Don't you ever in your life bench me again. So listen, shout out to the front office for not falling for all the nonsense. You know, a lot of Net fans like to give us hell, to tell us, oh, stars don't like to come to the Knicks. Stars don't do this for the Knicks and stuff. But you know what? We ain't dealing with the headache now. Hey, KD, don't you wish? what was it that Knicks fan said? Don't you wish you was coming to the Knicks?
No, man. Yo, shout out to KD, because he's been playing great basketball, man. And I can see why he's in every MVP conversations. He's that good, for real. So,
but you know, with KD though, now, like, now that all this is happening, this kind of puts a dent in your armor, bro. Because now,
what you mean?
Because now other players and stars are saying, man, look at this mess that's going on in Brooklyn. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I don't know if I want to go over there and deal with that nonsense, because now you're still dealing with the New York media.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now you got all these disgruntled fans that might jump ship and come back to the Knicks. You know what I mean? Because we know we got a lot of disgruntled Net fans out there that you know, we're Knicks fans.
But yo, let's get into that. Well, I want to get into that too. Let's get into the casual fan. Then there's the
disgruntled fan.
It's the disgruntled fan, the casual fan, and the diehard fan. Right.
Right.
So I will let's just, and again, we'll both speak on what it is and agree on it somewhat, I guess. Right.
Right.
To me, a disgruntled fan, because this is what I'm called, so I'll start there. Right. A disgruntled fan is a fan that leaves a team because they're upset that the team didn't do X, Y, and Z, and they just so mad about it that they just stopped watching it. Like some fans that I know on a page, you know what I mean, that I won't mention, say he missed a few seasons watching games because he was just so mad at what the New York Knicks was doing. But you know what I mean? You know who you are. And I'm saying, I just,
You was one of those fans. You was one of those fans because
a disgruntled fan.
back in 2019, okay,
2019.
2019, you was wearing a Knick hat before KD signed on the Nets.
Okay.
Once KD signed on the Nets, whoop, you jumped ship, buddy. Started from the bottom, now we here. You a
Yeah.
part of that. You a part of that little disgruntled fan base that got mad at the Knicks for not making the right moves, and you jumped ship and you went to the Nets. And now, the Nets are in shambles. The Nets are in shambles. And I mark my word right after y'all out, because I remember I've been telling y'all for the past 3 years, y'all not winning the championship with these guys. I've been telling y'all this.
Okay, so hold on. Let me just rebuttal some of the stuff that you said.
Okay, go ahead.
There was times that I did try to like the Knicks. This is all facts. But there was always something that, again, and this is when you like players and you like teams, but you like the team because the player is on the team. For instance, when Sprewell was on the Golden State Warriors, I love the Golden State Warriors. Never thought he would do his coach bad like that. Never seen it coming. Pause.
I'll be honest with you, though. I think that coach had it coming to him because he was a wild, disrespectful coach. But go ahead.
So I'm saying that to say, when Sprewell left and became a Knicks, that's the same Sprewell that said, I can't feed my family with like 82 million or something, right?
Right.
But anyway, shout to him. When he came to the Knicks, I was still a fan of Sprewell. I wasn't necessarily a fan of the Knicks, but it's hard for me to say that I don't like Latrell Sprewell because he played for the Knicks. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't on it like that. You feel what I mean? But I don't know, man. I like Larry Johnson when he played for Charlotte. When he got to the Knicks, I was just like, he just don't seem the same. He wasn't dunking the same.
Remember, Larry Johnson had that back injury that kind of like derailed his career. So after back injuries are tricky. I remember telling Jaffe that one time with Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons has a back injury, or had a back injury. I'm not sure if he's still dealing with that or not, but back injuries are tricky, man.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that to say a player that I like could go to a team that I don't necessarily like, and it'll make me might like the team a little more, but I don't necessarily consider myself a fan. You know what I mean? Like I like the Pelicans. I'm not a fan, but I ain't gonna front like they don't play good basketball. I like the Denver Nuggets, but I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? So as far as a disgruntled fan, yeah, I did like some of the players. I like Ross Strickland. Y'all traded him. I like Mark Jackson when he was on the Knicks. Y'all traded him. And that was part of the reason why I didn't like the Knicks. Because every time I did get a player that I liked, y'all would trade him. So you could consider that disgruntled, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Y'all playing good basketball. You see, I put is the Knicks a playoff team in the title. How you feel about that question, man? You think y'all
I definitely feel like we're a playoff team. I feel like what can hurt us down the stretch is coaching, to me, because I feel like Coach Tommy T, he's let a lot of games get away from us this year. But if the players keep playing, play together and keep playing for each other, and I think we could make a nice little push. I still think we could still win 45 to 50 games, even, but I think I think we are a playoff team, bro. We just got to figure some things out later on how to finish these games off the right way, because that's where we struggle most, finishing games.
Yeah.
Once we figure that part out, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I always do the stats with y'all, the clutch stat. Yeah, 13-13.
Yeah, we struggling at that. we struggling at finishing game.
We actually second behind Miami now, but y'all beat Miami the other day, right?
Yeah, but see, this the thing. Like in that Miami game, we were up 13 in the first half. Then we lost the lead because we got too comfortable. We started shooting threes.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on in the second half, we went up by 14. Then we got too comfortable. We started shooting. We started being conservative, shooting too many threes, got too uncomfortable, and then Miami got right back in the game, and we almost lost that game. You
Yeah.
know, I feel
I
like
seen the end of it. I thought like I told this Heat vlogger, shout out to Big Tony, I'll be on his page. He said, I told him, I said, in New York, the hero ain't nothing but a sandwich, man.
now.
I seen Hero at the end of the game. He had an elbow three that he didn't take because he was scared. And then when he had the timeout to take the three in the corner, he was covered by like two Knicks players. So it's like you was scared to take the three when you actually had the chance. Y'all had him right where y'all want him. I wanted the Heat to beat y'all so bad, man, but y'all got away, man. So
Yo, so I would like to for you to answer that question because like that's exactly what the Nets are doing right now. Like
mhm.
so how does this work?
He
You know,
said the
like
Nets. He said the Nets trading players you like now. You about to come back to the Knicks. First off, I never was at the Knicks to come back to the Knicks. That's
but
established that.
listen, there's memes, not
Hold on.
just pictures of hats. There's memes of you representing the Knicks.
Right,
Memes.
right. So again, trust me, never was a fan as in, and that meme, I seen that meme when T-Tom pulled the meme up, he put his perception on that meme. When I put that meme up, and yo, this is what I will forever do from now on. I will always put a quote on top of a meme because of that very meme that y'all talking about. But I seen that meme, and when I put it, I mean he was on the top with the Nets. They was on top with the Nets, like they were winning with the Nets and they were losing with the Knicks. That's what it meant. But I mean, at the time, T-Tom was talking, and he be with him in the monologues. I ain't want to cut him off or nothing like that. So I was just letting him talk his shit. But nah, man, that's what it meant. They had stellar careers when they played for the Nets. This is not really debatable, but not so stellar careers when they played for the Knicks. So that's what that meme meant. But that
Right.
being said, casual fan. I don't feel like I'm a casual fan. I feel like a casual fan is a fan that might be fanning sometime. He might fan on Tuesdays, but not Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan. I'm fanning Sunday to Monday. I'm fanning Monday to Sunday. So I mean, so I'm always fanning. You know what I mean? Shout out to the church fans, the little fans, the big fans. You know what I mean? The lunchroom fans, the ceiling fans. You know what I mean? I'm always out here fanning. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not a casual fan. I'm not a disgruntled Knicks fan. I'm not a casual fan. I'm a big fan. I don't know how else to put that, but
You was a big fan of a couple teams. You was
I
a
know,
that's
but
why
I
you're a
think
big
I
fan
think
of the Houston Rockets, and the Golden State Warriors,
yeah,
the Chicago
Team
Bulls, the New
Olajuwon,
York Knicks, the
yeah,
Brooklyn
I'll
Nets.
do that. But you got
You was
T Time
definitely a
out.
big fan.
You got T Time out here saying that he playing the Chicago Bull game. Like
Nah, he was a Michael Jordan fan. There's a difference. There's a difference when you're a Michael Jordan fan and a Bulls fan. You know what I mean? So there's a difference there.
so, hold
You're
on.
a
What's the
fan of the
difference
player.
when I was a fan? So hold on. Again, me and the other day, and I was watching it because I watch our podcast. So
Right.
I was saying something about Nick Claxton and this is to say to what you said. You said that he was just a fan of Michael Jordan. But
Mm-hmm.
when I contrasted Nick Claxton to Scottie Pippen with perimeter defense, he went off. You would have thought I was talking about somebody he was related to. He said, "Oh no, how dare you talk about Scottie Pippen that way? He was so much better than Nick Claxton. He was
Ah,
to guard the toughest offensive player on the other team." So I'm saying that to say, had he only been a fan of Michael Jordan, how would he know to break down Scottie Pippen's attributes of the game? It seems to me that someone is capping that he was more than a fan of the Michael Jordan. He was more of a fan of the Chicago Bulls. He said he was playing the game and he let one off while he was playing the game. bro.
Bro, to
I don't know what's
even
going on.
mention to honestly speaking, like we all basketball fans right here, right? We all basketball fans, right? We know damn well Nick Claxton ain't there or Scottie Pippen level, bro.
No, I'm just
We
saying.
know that.
Does it sound like he's a Chicago Bull fan, or does it sound like he's just a Michael Jordan fan?
Well. It sounds like he's just stating facts because Scottie Pippen was that dude. Scottie Pippen was that dude. Scottie Pippen was a game changer. To
So you
like
know so
and,
much
and
about his game, but he's just a Michael
but
Jordan fan. How you even
but
know
but
about him?
well, because people watch basketball, bro. People
Oh,
watch basketball. You know what I'm saying? So we're not just gonna judge we're gonna judge the players. And come on, like Scottie Pippen, Nick Claxton, or like we could keep rising and rising, bro. Like Nick Claxton still hasn't like he's been an impact player for you guys, but definitely not like a Scottie Pippen type of impact, bro. If
no. Listen. I wasn't saying that he was equal to what Scottie Pippen do. I was saying that he's good on the and I just contrasted him, and I think I did it because of the numbers. Scottie Pippen was 33. Am I correct, or was he 32? But I'm sure he
who
was 33. Scottie Pippen.
his number,
Yeah.
his 33,
Right. So same
right,
as Claxton. So
right.
I think that's where the contrast came from. Like, I was saying he the best 33 in the city. I was just thinking about all of the great number 33s. And when I did look, that's really a famous number worn by a lot of great players. You know what I'm saying? The number 33. Whether it be
Especially
Kareem.
Patrick Ewing. I don't think anybody could be up there with Patrick Ewing right now.
I think Kareem had number 33.
Oh yeah. Hakeem Olajuwon definitely had Pat's number for sure. I don't think he had 33. Hakeem Olajuwon didn't have number 33. I forgot what his number was, but it wasn't 33.
Nah.
But definitely, Nick Claxton got a lot of work to do to get on Scottie Pippen level.
Yeah.
But I will say this though. I will say this like I said last week. Uh, you know, Nick Claxton has been playing much better. His game, it looks like he really worked hard on his game over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
But he's balling this year, so I'll give him credit for that. He still got to work on his free throws, though.
Jack City said Hakeem was number 34.
There you go. There you go.
T Time said cap dancing. That was funny, but trust me, man. I'm not. And speaking of capping, let's get to all of the capping. Now I couldn't get. I was going to do a whole collage, the whole video, clip it up, put it together. All the times y'all as Knicks fans was talking spicy about what y'all gonna do when we play. Now y'all see me come here last Friday when Kev was here. Shout out to Kev. And I wasn't arrogant, cocky, none of that. I wasn't acting like we was going to go in that game and get an automatic win. I felt like the Knicks were playing good basketball, and they were. You know what I'm saying? You look at their last 10, they probably were more than 5-5, maybe 6-4, whatever. So, and we needed a win. We were desperate. We were coming off a 2-game losing streak. And I think that was part of the reason that gave us the edge. But again, man, it was a good game, man. Do you think we won the game or the refs won the game for us, man? Talk to me.
I think we, I just think that as a team, the Knicks, we let our guard down. We didn't play the kind of basketball I expected them to play. They wasn't guarding the perimeter. Y'all killed us. I think y'all shot 50% from behind the arc. Y'all hit 22 3-pointers on us.
Yeah.
That was horrible in itself. That was horrible defense. I put that on coaching. And I will say the refs they did play a part, but that's still no excuse as to why we couldn't guard the perimeter the way we were supposed to. So other than that, I mean, I tip my hat to y'all. Y'all was knocking down shots, and we wasn't. We didn't play aggressive on neither side of the court, and I think that's one of the reasons why we lost that game.
Yeah, nah, I think it was that too. And we had 31 assists too. We were really moving the ball well.
Real
Couldn't
quick, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Shout out to T Time for giving me the opportunity to pull up on the show and you know shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Shout to T Time and Kev, man. We all like doing this together. You know, we like kegs in the well, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Shout to the Knicks fans, man. We the best fans. Listen, man, I might need to
Nah,
call one of
nah,
you guys, man. You see how
nah.
Kev holding down T Time, man. I might need to call one of you Nets fans, man. You never know, man. I've been available, but you just never know, man. So shout out to all you Nets fans that are interested. Hit me in the chat. We try to put something together, man. Shout out to Jack City too, man. He's another
JJ.
he's someone else that's instrumental in helping us move this culture forward. Good
Facts.
culture where we respectful, we articulate our debates, and we just out here having fun, man. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
At
Facts.
the end of the night. But yeah, man, we were 22 for 40 behind the arc, and we had 30
Mm-hmm.
assists. We moved the ball
Move
well.
the ball. Yup. Mm-hmm.
Um, it was, and again, emphasis on the 31 assists. And I'm saying that to say that comes from chemistry, you know what I mean? And with all of these trade rumors looming, Kyrie Irving, some of the times that he do what he does, it has nothing to do with chemistry. It's just because he's a great player. I've seen him take over in the fourth quarter. It wasn't because it was some amazing pick and roll play. Nah, it was give me the ball. I'm going to score the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he's going to do. But I want to get a glue guy and some dogs. And let me tell you what I mean. Glue guys just make it come together, do what's necessary. They hustle for the 50-50 balls. They hustle for, you know what I'm saying, to win the possession. They do the little things, the intangibles that make us a gritty team and a tough act versus any team on any night. So if we can't have Kyrie Irving, he's not happy with the Brooklyn Nets. Two things gotta happen. Sean Marks and Joe Tsai gotta reconsider how they do business with superstars and understand that if you're gonna win in this business, you have to build relationships with players and honor your word. I'm not saying that that's the discrepancy, but y'all want to don't use the media via communication. Have an open your line up to the players in the front office, the likewise, so that way we could build the culture. I feel like Sean Marks and Joe Tsai doesn't represent what Jacques Vaughn is building. Jacques Vaughn is a good coach, and he's building a culture where there's no excuses. We go out and we give it our all, and we play until the clock stops, and it's 48 minutes of basketball finish and going to overtime if necessary. Our clutch record speaks to that. With 17-9, we're second in the NBA with clutch. Our clutch record, we that means 5 minutes or under, the score is within 5 points. And again, we 17-9, so we're a better team than half the league. We're second at that stat. So I'm saying that to say, yeah, a lot of that is because of Kyrie and KD, and without those pieces in the lineup, if necessary, we're gonna have to win because we're cohesive and we win on defense. And I never thought that this would happen. As a Nets fan, I'm kind of still in subtle shock. You know what I mean?
I
This
feel you.
kind of hurt my net fan soul. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm healing. I'm healing as I continue. You know what I mean? But shout out to my guy Kyrie Irving, man. I know you're doing what's best for you. But the ripple effect, in my opinion, is Cam Thomas is going to get big minutes. And I know me and Kev and T Time, we had this conversation about Cam Thomas and Quentin Grimes. And I did tell T Time that I did feel like Quentin Grimes was having a better season this year. But I also said it was
He is.
right, but that was contributed to him having a bigger role on the New York Knicks than Cam Thomas has with the Brooklyn Nets. With this going on with the front office and Kyrie Irving, I feel like they shy to pay him because they feel like Cam Thomas could give us 20 to 30 points a night. That's my opinion. That's not me speaking for the Brooklyn Nets, I feel like they could replace Kyrie without the headache with a Cam Thomas, somebody that could score the ball. Even if they feel like we will be out of contention, I feel like they, as a championship team, they feel like without Kyrie Irving, we at least in playoff contention. Otherwise, Kyrie got the ball on his court, and they're going to meet his demands, for lack of better words, and they're going to give him the max contract. But I don't know if I see that happening. You know, I see them sitting on their hands with Kyrie because they got Cam Thomas, and Cam Thomas could give 20 to 30 points. Cam Thomas is not on the level as Kyrie Irving. I won't say he's as polished as a Kyrie Irving, but he's definitely somebody that could put the ball in the hoop. He's a scorer. And I think heavy emphasis on why the front office is hesitant to make a deal with Kyrie Irving, because even though Kyrie Irving may be this or that, record wise, we were still 4-7 without KD, and a lot of that those losses they probably put on Kyrie Irving, him being the first option and everything. So it is a messy situation with the Brooklyn Nets and the front office, man, and it won't be an easy fix, because I don't know how attractive we are to other players even wanting to play here after the way everything is transpiring. So I don't know, man. We had much bigger fish to fry than worry about the City game, but the City game was good, man. I watched that whole thing for first quarter to fourth quarter. I think we jumped out, and you know, Cam Thomas didn't have a good game. I seen Quentin Grimes miss some big shots. I know that guy. I seen him open in the fourth quarter, miss a 3. I said, "Damn, surprised he missed it, man." But
but he was knocking down shots yesterday against Miami. So yeah, I think he had 17 last night. You know, he hit a nice clutch shot, a 3-point shot towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter. So, you know, listen, these guys are second-year players. They're still developing. I don't know about Cam Thomas. It's hard to develop a guy. It's hard to develop a guy when you got guys like KD and Kyrie on the team, and you got a couple guys ahead of him. You got Seth Curry. You know, what's the other guy name that y'all got ahead of him?
You talking about Ed Sumner?
Yeah, Ed Sumner. You got Ed Sumner. I don't know how he jumped ahead of him, but he jumped ahead of him.
He was a better defender than
Cam Thomas. So
I don't know if Kyrie stays. I feel like he got the pressure on the Brooklyn Nets. I think he
I think so too, man. Like I think,
by February 9th, like next week, Thursday, trade deadline day.
Yeah, like y'all gonna have to do a James Harden deal, bro. Like y'all gonna have to really get rid of him, because if not, bro, you ain't gonna get you're gonna lose him for nothing unless you do a sign and trade with him in the off season and send him somewhere else. But if y'all don't trade him now, bro, y'all might lose him for nothing. Because he said he out in the off season. He said, if y'all don't trade me now, I'm out in the off season.
Yeah, so that's an ultimatum. You gotta respect his handle. I don't think he bluffing. I think
I don't think so either.
Serious. You gotta take that serious if you.
Yeah. Brockwork. I don't know if you want to deal with a Karl Anthony Towns. Trust me. You know, this is a guy who's had a lot of talent surrounded. He had a lot of talent around him. And I tell Knicks fans this because some Knicks fans want a guy like Karl Anthony Towns on this team. I refuse to trade for Karl Anthony Towns. And not only that, if you look at Karl Anthony Towns' extension, your man is averaging $50+ million a year once that contract starts kicking in. I don't know if I could deal with that, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
That's crazy, bro, for a guy that, you know, who's been with the Timberwolves for 8 years, has some good teams around him, and not been able to do anything for that organization. To trade and then have to deal with that contract later. You already got a bad contract in Ben Simmons. Yeah. That's another hefty contract right there.
Yeah. Like fans, we don't care if he played well. Like he don't play up to his contract. And I think that's where Kyrie Irving has the advantage to say, how dare you not agree to my stipulations when Ben Simmons is here not helping us win at least I'm helping us win. And I think
Word.
again, that's the quarrel that the front office has now, not just with Kyrie Irving, but superstars. They took
Fact.
on Ben Simmons in this contract, and now he's kind of like the star at the face of the Brooklyn Nets. If KD decide to split, and I didn't even want to take it there, but the truth is, we have to. We got to just rip the Band-Aid off, man. If KD might split after this, cool. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Y'all gonna have to rebuild all over again.
I think
I mean, y'all could get some pieces.
no,
Y'all
we
could
will
get
get some
some good pieces
I think we still make the playoffs for sure.
because you know, you could get some good pieces from Kyrie, especially you could get some good pieces for KD. It just depends on what team is gonna give y'all those pieces.
Right.
Who y'all gonna trade with? You know,
Right.
so
Right.
so you know, it's y'all got a lot. Y'all got a lot on your hands. Thank God it ain't us, the Knicks. Thank you, Leon Rose, Scott Perry, World Wide West. You know, stick to your guns, man. Keep rebuilding the core, and you know, that's all I'm build through the draft and free agency. That's all I want y'all to do.
Yeah, yo, I respect it, man. I see championship teams, they build through the draft.
I keep
Build
telling people that, man.
Giannis and Middleton were teammates for I think 8 to 10 years, 10 seasons before
Look at
they
the Golden
actually
State
won it.
Warriors, bro. The Golden
Them
State
as well.
Warriors, they were mid. For
Mhm.
years, they were mid. They
Yeah.
kept getting bounced out the first round exits, year after year after year with Mark Jackson. And
Mhm.
then boom, they turned it around, bro. That's how you build your team, bro. It's
Yeah.
not about it's you know going to get stars is great. Don't get me wrong. Stars are good to have on your team, but if you don't have the right pieces around your stars, how you gonna win?
Yeah.
How you gonna win?
I
You know,
think
like
dogs and glue guys are the right guys. When I talk about the right guys, I'm talking about dogs and glue guys.
hmm
Like
role
you,
players. You
yeah.
need role players that's gonna play their position. You need guys that's gonna how you call that? Buy in to what you got going on. If you don't have guys that's gonna buy in, it ain't
Mhm.
gonna work. I don't care who you got on your team.
Mhm.
And the perfect example is the Brooklyn Nets. It's the Brooklyn Nets, bro.
And I
You
think,
know?
and to add to that, I think the players and the fans bought into Jock Vaughn's system.
Yeah, they
You know,
did. They
but
did.
Jock Vaughn don't control what the front office decisions are. And that's
hmm
obvious. Because if I'm Jock Vaughn, I'm like, yo, hold on. You heard what Kyrie said? Son, you ain't gonna make that deal. Like, keep him. We need him. But I
hmm
don't think at the end, he's the guy that decides yay or nay. I just don't think
No,
that Jacques Vaughn has that say with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't.
no.
I think
Mm-mm.
Sean Marks, he has to be careful, man, because you building a rapport as a GM, regardless of regardless of how you say, regardless of anything in the past as a player or whatever your associations are. That has nothing to do with you as a GM. Your reputation as a GM is largely going to be contingent on what you do in this Kyrie and KD situation, how far we go this season, and what do you do far as having players buy into your system. There's a disconnect, in my opinion, with the front office, the other Brooklyn Nets, and how they represent the Brooklyn Nets, and the fans don't feel like the way the front office feel. There's a disconnect between us, and we want the front office to get pieces to help Kyrie. Know that Ben Simmons is not giving it all he got. No, understand that he is the main reason why we're not winning, not because of Kyrie. Kyrie deserves the contract. If Ben Simmons if Kyrie Irving had anybody else with Ben Simmons' contract, whether it be Ayton out in Phoenix and the contract he just got, you swap Ben Simmons and Ayton, we are dominant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're a great team. So Kyrie Irving doesn't want his contract to be decided playing with or without Ben Simmons, because as of recent he's been missing the games. We always complained about Kyrie Irving and him missing games. He's been more consistent than anything. He's played over 90% of the games without that media situation or debacle or whatever. Ben Simmons is the one's out every other game because of a sore knee, or you know what I mean? So to me, I feel like accountability wise, the Brooklyn Nets have more accountability for what's going on right now with the superstars, opposed to Kyrie being this toxic player. But for Kyrie to ask for the max after his production in 4 years of his contract, he talking turkey, man. What could I say, man? He trying to get the bag.
I mean, you know, that's a guy right there that, you know, when you need buckets, you're going to get those buckets.
That's true.
You're going to get those buckets, man.
The fans want to pay him.
The fans want to pay him. The fans want to pay him, but, you know, I think at this point in time, it might not be fixable, especially with the ownership and what he did in the off season, you know, and that list of things to do. I think all that plays a part into why Kyrie don't want to be here no more.
That's valid. Yeah.
I think though he was like, you know, y'all didn't have my back when y'all needed to have my back, and you know, I don't want to be here no more now. Now you got this whole Ben Simmons thing going on, like, you know, he don't know whether he want to be in or out, and I think all that plays a role, and I think that played a big role into why James Harden left, because there was like, you know, no structure, you know.
Well, again, he was part of the Nash era, so trust me, I ain't structure, Nash, front office, terrible. But that's how right were you with your predictions from last week to this week?
Nah, they weren't good. They weren't good.
Oh man, what was it? Well,
I said we was gonna go undefeated, and it did not go that way.
Oh, okay. How'd it go?
I think we went.
Y'all played Miami. Y'all won that game.
We beat Miami.
LA.
We lost to the Lakers and we lost to the Nets. So I think we went like 2-2.
2-3.
No, 2-3 or something. 2-2 or 2-3 or something like that.
Yeah, we lost. So we won 2, and we got our ass whipped by Boston, man. Like,
yeah, that was bad, man. Y'all had they almost had a 50 spot in the first quarter.
Yeah,
wow.
Cam Thomas in the interview at the end of the post game, he was like, it's hard to come back from 30 points. Like, you know, because Cam Thomas, he did come in there, he gave us a spark, but 30 points we was down by 30 points. They was up 46-16. But I would say shout out to Jacques Vaughn. He took it on the chin, pause or whatever. He was like, yo, it's my fault. I didn't have my guys prepared and ready for this game. I could have did better as a coach. And I respect that. I never seen Nash do that. I never seen Nash take total accountability for us getting our ass whipped. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but you know, I don't when it comes to Steve Nash, I always talk to Mike Wallenstein about this. When it comes to Steve Nash, man, he was put in a bad situation. You know, we you know, a lot of people kill Nash, but that's not Nash, bro. That's front office. That's Sean Marks. You had plenty of other coaches out there with way more experience than Steve Nash, and you chose your friend over all those other guys. Tyrone Lue, Mark Jackson. There's a few other guys out there that were good coaches that you could have chose. Even Jack Vaughn. You could have even chose Jack Vaughn to coach your team, but you chose Steve Nash, a guy who's inexperienced, no kind of coaching experience whatsoever.
Right.
And then you put him in a lion's den with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden. 3 inconsistent players. And even with all that, if you look at Steve Nash's record, it's a winning record. He took y'all actually won a playoff series. Y'all won 7 games in a second round exit, even with a injured James Harden and Kevin Durant. You know, Steve Nash got to get some type of credit, man. Like a lot of Net fans don't give him enough credit.
Yeah, I honestly used to watch those games, and yeah, I really don't give him a lot of credit. A lot of the stuff,
Nah,
a
he
lot of
dealt with a
the,
lot, bro. He dealt with a lot.
but my thing is, that's my thing. Did you ever seen that meme where it said where you lied on the application? He lied. He was
Nah, bro. There
bro.
was no lying. There was no lying. We all knew Steve Nash did not have
But
the
he said he was
experience to
ready
be a
for the
coach.
job. He said he was ready for the job.
Bro, let me ask you something. Let me
Mhm,
ask you something. I'm
mhm,
I'm I'm hiring you as my head coach.
mhm.
This
And I
is
got
your
no coaching
dream.
experience at all.
This is your dream job. Your dream job, right?
Mhm.
You want to be a head coach. I got these star players on my team. I got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and these guys want me to coach the team. You gonna tell me you're gonna turn that down?
I
Hell
wouldn't. I would
no,
want to be on the coaching staff. I wouldn't want to be
bro.
the head coach. And I don't even feel like he was the head coach the first season. I feel like D'Antoni was, and they just said it with
Yeah,
Nash. And then
yeah.
when D'Antoni left, again, I think he felt like he probably wanted more say. Like, yo, I don't listen. I don't agree with any coach getting a head coach look after not having no experience for a championship contending team. It's different if Nash was a head coach for a team that was, just building up their roster and trying to, build up, what they doing, and that's different. But nah, this was a championship contending team. He lied on the application. He said he was ready. He was not ready. He had no coaching experience. And from that, I think there should be a Nash rule where you don't become a coach unless you got X amount of assistant coach experience. I don't know how far that'll go, but that was
I
bad.
know.
And well, let me say this last thing. I feel like Kyrie and Katie was disgruntled because of how they didn't like Nash as a head coach. So that's part of the
Me
reason.
personally, I think that's on Sean Marks, and I
Yeah,
think that after this season, if there's no championship season, if this is not a championship season for the Nets, Sean Marks is fired.
no
Sean
doubt.
Marks is fired, bro. He's gone. Next year,
Mhm,
y'all gotta have a new GM.
mhm,
KD might force his way out again. He might
mhm.
ask to get traded, and especially if y'all trade Kyrie Irving, it's over. You
Yeah.
know, the 5 out of 10 championships and running this decade like the Bulls did in the '90s, it's a dub for that.
Yo, but this is the second time like KD got hurt and this next superstar up, they fold. Well, say
hmm
whatever you want. KD don't fold in the season. Harden in the
No,
season folded. Kyrie, again, I
I
see
don't
no
know, man.
business.
Yo, James Harden gave him his. Yo, you can't say that. You can't say that. James Harden went into a game 7 with a bad hamstring and nearly put up a triple double to get y'all into the Eastern Conference Final,
He
bro.
he shot us
He,
out that game, bro.
he
If you
yeah,
watch that
but
game, he
but
shot terrible, and part of the reason why we didn't score the ball a lot, and we had droughts. We had scoring droughts because the offense shouldn't have ran through him because of him being injured. Like you said, he was injured. Why we running the offense through James Harden?
but KD in overtime went 0 for 8. He went 0 for 8.
Yeah, we
So
had
who's
like 3 timeouts in that
yeah?
overtime. He was exhausted. Listen, y'all
hmm
could call it an excuse, but trust me, the whole office was ran through KD. The defense knew what was coming. The whole building knew what was coming. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they were ready for it. They knew that KD was getting the ball. They knew it was nobody on the sideline drawing up X's and O's. They knew that shit was going to be an ISO situation, and they made it difficult for Kevin Durant. And again, I just feel like in those clutch situations, like you said, when it come down to those clutch games where it's 5 minutes left and it's 5 points to separating the two teams, I feel like that's where good coaching separates from good coaching to bad coaching, or good coaching, great coaching, and bad coaching, because those coaches And those clutch games are the ones that's helping you win or lose the game sometimes. Sometimes you got Kyrie Irving, but sometimes you don't. Look, we about to not have Kyrie Irving, you know what I'm saying? So we really about to see what Jacques Vaughn got. This roster
Well,
is
if you're gonna get the Jack Vaughn from the Orlando Magic. Unless y'all get some good pieces back. If y'all get some good pieces back where you can add and still help Kevin Durant, you still might be a good playoff team. But if y'all don't get nothing good in return, man, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
I think both teams win if we get De'Aaron Fox. Fox for Kyrie Irving.
I don't think the Kings are gonna package him away, bro. The Kings are winning games right now, bro. They're like fifth in the West, fifth or sixth in the West. They 29-21 right now, bro. That team is good.
But that's what I mean. You don't think Kyrie a good fit for them? You don't think they'll be interested
in them? Let's be real here. You're a GM of the Sacramento Kings, and I call you. Or you call and say, yo, you call me and say, listen, I call you and be like, yo, listen, I got Kyrie Irving. Let's make a trade. You gonna want to make that trade?
It depends on the contract.
You want to deal with the headache that Kyrie Irving brings to your team right now? You think that's gonna work? I don't think it's gonna work, bro. It's too much baggage behind Kyrie Irving, and I think Kyrie Irving is a great player. But it's too much baggage. I don't think teams want to deal with that kind of nonsense, bro.
I can't even be mad at that. I think this is the most attractive he'll be.
I think from what I heard, the Lakers, the Mavericks, who was there? Another team. I think there was two other teams. But I know for one, it's the Lakers and the Mavericks that's interested in him. So, you gotta see, man.
Got nobody we want on that team, man.
The Lakers, they talking about Russell Westbrook, this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh man, you got to remember though, contracts got to match. You know what I mean? Contracts got to match. So it depends on who who would be in the deal or not. I know for sure the Mavericks and the Lakers, I don't think have enough to get a Kyrie Irving. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I don't see De'Aaron Fox signed a 5-year, $163 million contract with the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So the money might match.
Yeah, but I don't think De'Aaron Fox is on the trade block. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he making $30 million this year. Kyrie Irving making $37 million.
Something like that, yeah.
If they wanted to, man, they could make that work, man.
But the thing is that's only if he's on the trade block.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns. There you go, Brock. The Phoenix Suns was another team. So it was the Suns, the Mavericks, and the Lakers. Those were three teams that's so far interested in Kyrie Irving. Y'all could probably get a Mikal Bridges from the Suns and some draft picks. Y'all definitely should get some draft picks out of this, bro. Y'all need draft picks. Y'all ain't got no. How many draft picks y'all got this year?
I think we got one, but I'll check. But yeah. I think I'll take Mikal Bridges. I'll take Mikal Bridges for sure.
That's a good piece.
And some draft picks.
And some draft picks. Y'all definitely need draft picks, bro.
I would take that.
You need draft picks to build your team, bro. Especially in this year's draft, man. There's some really good. See, this is why I say when y'all traded for Royce O'Neal, y'all should have kept that pick. Y'all should have kept that pick because that pick would have helped you in this year's draft, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of okay. Hold on, we got 2023 first round, our own. And we got another round one that's Houston or Philly. I guess contingent on whatever.
One of them gotta convey.
Right. So we got 2 first round picks coming up. One of them we own. One of them we don't. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
what I'm
So
saying. Y'all need some draft picks to build that team up, man.
I
You
think,
definitely, cause you know Kessler Edwards, he really ain't showing y'all nothing. Dayron Sharp don't get, he don't get enough burn, and then
I
Cam
like him, man.
Thomas. I like Dayron Sharp too, but Cam Thomas is still in the air.
Nah, we trying to keep him, bro. I ain't gonna front. They starting to look at Cam Thomas. Like I said, I thought they was using him as an insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? I thought they
Right.
was using him as an insurance policy in case Kyrie want to leave. I said this. I said they're going to use Cam Thomas as an insurance policy if Cam Thomas leave. And sure enough, I mean not Cam Thomas leave, if Kyrie want to leave. And sure enough, he's trying to dip
So
like a
y'all got two picks.
yeah.
Y'all got two picks this year, and then y'all got second round picks. So those are second round picks.
Yeah, but that's 2025 though. That's 2026.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all need picks. In 2024, y'all ain't got no picks.
Yeah, but we got two for 2023. Any team and realistically, I feel like we can negotiate these two first round picks, especially this first one where we own it. The second one, you know what I mean? I don't know. But if it's for
Yeah.
Houston, then it's probably gonna be a good one. If it's from I
It
don't know,
depends,
man.
though. It
Oh yeah,
depends.
man. It's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts in that.
Yeah, y'all
Um,
definitely got a lot of work to do in the off season. What up, Jay? What up, J1? What's goody?
yeah, yeah. Listen, man, I ain't gonna front. When it come down to the Brooklyn Nets, I was saying that hopefully we could stay in the fourth place, but that shit just got tougher just by from what I said. Last week my predictions was 3-0, and I said it could go the opposite. We wound up being 2-3. I'll take it. We beat the Knicks. I think we beat LA and we lost to the Celtics.
That was
Um,
crazy. Freaking the Lakers, fucking Braun and Anthony Davis sits out for y'all, and
yeah,
then they come and play with us. They play against us. I'm like, man,
yeah.
everybody want to suit up for the Knicks.
Yeah, no, that was funny as hell. I ain't know what I was like. All right,
I'm
whatever.
like, damn, son. Like nobody want to suit up for the Nets, but they want to suit up for the Knicks, huh?
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
Boston looking like they closing in on 40. They looking like a real strong team. They
Yeah,
6-4 in their last 10.
Boston
Shit.
ain't no joke, man. Boston is killing this year, bro. They trying to get back to the to the
Eastern Conference
championship.
Finals, hell yeah.
Fact.
In the championship, my fault. Milwaukee, I heard they got Middleton back. They've been playing well. They 8-2 in their last 10. They on a 6-game win streak. Excuse me. Giannis, I heard he's playing really good basketball.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I agree with that, Jay. I agree with that. And see, that's the thing. I agree with this 100%. And
mhm.
a lot of these stars do that.
Mhm.
They
The
and
GM
that's the
strikes again, man.
huh?
I said the GM strikes again.
Yo, bro, I feel like that's the thing with these stars. Like they gave these stars too much power. You know, they gave them too much power to make these decisions, and I get it. But at the same time, it don't work out for organizations, bro. Because now look, y'all gave up a lot for James Harden. You know,
Too
y'all
much.
gave up a lot to get him, only for him to leave.
Hmm.
And then now y'all went and traded him for Ben Simmons, and now y'all dealing with this whole Ben Simmons issue. This is why I love the fact that the Knicks is like, these stars don't come here. It's cool. Don't come here because now we got less of a headache. Less of a headache. And, you
Yeah,
know,
I
and,
respect.
and and that's why I'm kind of glad that we going the way we going, man. And I hope they keep going this route, bro. Because stars come to organizations and they will tear your organization apart and leave like nothing happened with no care in the world, bro. And now y'all stuck with nothing.
I won't go as far as to say that, but what I will say is these we gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out because right now, last week we were in fourth place. We won 2 out of 3. We were able to remain in fourth place. You got the Philadelphia 76ers 9-1 in their last 10. They playing great
No, they
basketball.
hot. They on fire, that team.
You know what I'm saying? So right now, again, this is how significant Kevin Durant was on the team. We dropped from second place to fourth place since he's been gone, and we're 4-6 in our last 10, but we remain in fourth place from last week to this week. And also, we were 5-16 without Kevin Durant last season in 21 games. This season, we're 4-7. I imagine that we win more than 5 games in 21 games. I think it'd be more like 8-11. No, like 13-8. Just being honest, especially if Kyrie is doing all of this. You know what I mean? It's hard to be optimistic about us winning when there's so much turmoil between the front office and the players. But that's just me being real, like just realistic about it. But an optimistic perspective, I think we could be 10-11, 11-10. You know what I'm saying?
What's your schedule like?
Our next few games, well, so I was 2 out of 3 from last week. This week we got the Wizards, we got the Clippers, and then we got the Suns on a back-to-back. But these games are at home, so we're not going anywhere. We're playing these games at the Barclays. It's a back-to-back, but at least we play both games at the Barclays. We don't leave, so ain't no jet lag, none of that. We got a chance to win one of these games or both.
And
So
y'all getting KD back in like the next week or two, right?
hopefully, with the Brooklyn Nets, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't want to see come back until he 100%. You know, I don't want him to feel pressure like, yo, I got to come back or we gonna slip in the standings. This is the time for these players to show whether or not they glue guys or dogs. This is a championship contending team. Next Thursday is February 9th, so we'll know what's up before we do KV and Who Run the City, the podcast next Friday. Next Friday when we pull up will be February 10th, and if we'll know everything by then. But again, we got 4 games: the Wizards, the Clippers, the Suns, and the Bulls, all home games for the Brooklyn Nets. I'ma say first off, I don't even know who's playing. You know what I mean? Is Kyrie even playing on Saturday? Is Ben Simmons playing? Is TJ Warren playing? All of these things are happening. You know what I mean? So I gotta see that. But what in an optimistic way, I'll say that the players that they're gonna all be there because they're healthy. So that's just me being optimistic. The last game we played was Wednesday, so that means they got Thursday and Friday off. Hopefully that's enough for them to play basketball on Saturday. I think we could win all 4 of these games, but it really depends. But we could lose all 4. You know what I mean? I'm on the fence about being optimistic, but I do feel like we will compete. And I think ultimately because we're playing home, young guys like Cam Thomas, and Davon Sharp, they'll benefit instead of being in an uncomfortable, awkward situation playing on the road if we get down by like 5 or 10. So my confidence comes from the fact that this group is going to have a home stretch and we're going to play at home. Our record isn't that bad at home. We are 15-8. That's not too shabby. You know what I'm saying? It's not too shabby. Hopefully we 4-0, but I'll be happy coming back next Friday 2-2. So yeah, man, that's how I feel about the Brooklyn Nets. I think we could be coming back next week 33-22. Hopefully that's the case because Cleveland and Miami especially Cleveland, they right there. We don't really want to scale off too much because we could come back in fifth seed or sixth seed depending on how the schedule plays out. But hopefully we could keep that 4th place.
Don't let the Knicks keep winning because if the Knicks keep winning, y'all gonna drop right under us.
What's your next games before? What's your next games before we get back next Friday?
I gotta check the schedule. I don't got the computer in front of me right now, but
I'll check.
I know it's not an easy schedule. I know we got a tough schedule ahead of us, but
yeah, we play y'all soon too. We play
y'all.
But that's that's at the Garden.
The next two games is going to be at the Garden.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we win those games, but
Winnable. We should win those games. Hopefully, we win those games, man. It's about time we snap that winning streak.
y'all always say that, man. That's
Yeah,
funny
we
as hell.
have to, bro. We have to. We have to break that winning streak, man. It's about that time, bro. It's coming to an end real soon.
All right, so y'all got well again, y'all got we could go on after the Knicks game on Friday. Y'all play the 76ers on Friday.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Y'all got a tough schedule in my opinion. Y'all got 4 games before next. Well, y'all got a game on Friday. Tomorrow y'all got the Clippers. How you think y'all do with that? How y'all
That's gonna
feeling?
be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. The Clippers are a good team, and that's only if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George play. If those guys don't play, I think we got a chance of winning that game.
Okay. Then you Sunday y'all got oh shit y'all got a back to back. Y'all got a
hmm
and Sunday y'all play Philly.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough because they hot. That team is on fire. I think they like 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've been
Mm-hmm.
busting everybody ass.
Yeah, man. But
hmm
and then y'all got the Magic.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
you
we could
know,
beat that team. They a tough team, but I think we could beat the Magic.
all
They
right.
got some good young talent on that team, man. Bonchero he should be rookie of the year this year.
Yeah, yeah, nah, he nice. He's definitely in
Yeah,
that conversation.
hell yeah,
Then y'all got the Sixers again on Friday. Whew.
yeah. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. This is gonna speak of the Knicks' character, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
know, this is gonna tell me if they ready or not, because we got a tough stretch. Actually, we have the third toughest schedule out of everybody. The
Mm-hmm.
third toughest for the rest of these games. I think we got like 30 somewhat games left.
Mm-hmm.
And we got I think we played the Cavs twice, the Nets twice.
Yeah.
We played Philly twice. Um, we played the Clippers. We played the Suns. Um, I forget who else it was, and then the rest of the games is against teams like I
Yeah,
think
yeah, I
under
got a
five
tough
hundred.
yeah, y'all got a tough schedule in
Yeah,
February. I'm looking at it now. It's
no,
not
no,
a walk in the park.
it's not a walk in the park. Like Coach Tommy T, he got to be on his p's and q's. Your rotations got to be on point. You know, your substitution, you got to be on point. Because if not, man, we could easily slip under 500.
Well,
Easily,
yeah, right. Yeah. Oh man.
we could easily drop under 500. By especially losing those games to the Sixers. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Nah. Listen, I ain't gonna front, man. Yeah, UNT town, y'all was spot on. Y'all fighting for that sixth spot.
Well,
Miami heated up, and they 6-4 in their last 10.
yeah.
They lost to y'all last, but
Oh, and we still got 3 more games with the Heat. We still
mhm,
got 3 more games with the Heat. So that's another team that you can add that to the list of teams. That's
tough teams.
which made it a tough schedule for us, man. Because those are some teams. Those are not easy teams to beat.
Yeah. They said Atlanta Hawks is the definition of mid. When they were showing their stats on the earlier, they like had not gave up 9,000 points and scored 9,000 points. Like it was some funny shit like that.
Yeah,
Shout out
they
to Barry.
definitely mid.
Barry always calling teams mid, players mid. He be having me crying. Um,
Uh,
the Cleveland Cavaliers 5-5. They listen, man. They a good team. I won't even put cap like they're not a good team. They could score the ball in their back court and they could defend in their front court. They're a good team. They could easily take that fourth spot from us with everything
hmm
going on. They played 54 games. We played 51. So yeah, we played 4 games by next Friday. So yeah, well, that'll be 55 games. So we're a little behind in the schedule, but that's
hmm
because we were leading in the games, like in the first 20 games, and now teams have caught up because of the scheduling, just how they do it. But I do think the teams that we looking at are pretty much the top 8 teams. Those look like how it's going to be. I think 8, 9, and 10 is going to toggle between Atlanta Hawks, Wizards, and Bulls. I think the Knicks and the Heat continue to fight for 6th spot and 7th spot. I feel like Cleveland is trying to pull away from the 5th spot and get to the 4th or the 3rd spot, to be honest. I feel like the Bucks are competing for the Celtics in the number 1 spot. And I feel like, lastly but not least, but the Brooklyn Nets, the Sixers, they're going to compete for the first, second spot too. And the Brooklyn Nets, we're just trying to stay in the mix. To be honest, I'm trying to stay 1 through 5, 1 through 6. We got a 2-game gap over Miami, but again, we play 4 games. That could easily change by the end of next week. I'm excited to see what's going to happen though, because next time we pull up, the trade deadline is over with, and we're going to see what this team is and what moves were made or weren't made. So this might be the most exciting week of basketball for me, with all the things that happened thus far. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Shout out to the Knicks fans, man. Nets fans is the best fans. I pretty much
not better than us, though.
I feel like I addressed a lot of stuff. Definitely wanted to speak on that Kyrie Irving situation. I don't know, man. I'm trying to remember something before we dip. You got anything else you want to go over?
Nah, not really. You know, just hoping that the Knicks, you know, get their shit together. You know, because I really think we could be a dangerous team. I wish Coach Tommy T would you know, have the team play, like, you know, move the ball better, because I feel like when the Knicks move the ball around, they could play with anybody. Like Fraz says, man, me and Fraz talk all the time. He's like, yo, when we play our game, we could play against anybody. And he's right. But sometimes I don't know what happens. They kind of lose focus and they go another way, and that's how we start losing these games. But you know, let's see what happens. I doubt we're gonna get OG. I'm not willing to give up 3 first-round picks for him. I think that's a bit ridiculous. I wouldn't mind getting a Gary Trent Jr., you know, to help our bench, because I like our starting 5 right now the way it is, with Janet Brunson, Quentin Grimes at the 2, RJ at the 3, Julius at the 4, and then when Mitch come back at the 5. But I think our bench is what really needs help right now, because other than Emmanuel Quickly, we're not really getting much out of anybody else. You know what I mean? Obi is like inconsistent. Isaiah Hartenstein these past couple of games been playing well, so you know he's been helping out. You know, Deuce McBride is really more of a defensive anchor for us. Offensively, he struggles. So I think that if we could get like a Gary Trent Jr., where we might not have to give up as much, I'd rather go that route, or just play freaking Cam Reddish, bro. If you're not gonna trade him, just play him. The kid is good. The kid got talent. You know, sometimes the truth hurts, and I think at this point, Coach Tommy T, you know, Cam Reddish spoke the truth, and I think Coach Tommy T got in his feelings and benched him for that. And now he got like 28 straight DMPs or something like that. So, yeah. So I mean, if we can't make a trade by the trade deadline, you're gonna have to play Cam Reddish, man. Because I don't want to see Evan Fournier over Cam Reddish. I think that's ridiculous. We should not be playing Evan Fournier over Cam Reddish. You can't tell me Evan Fournier is better than Cam Reddish. I just can't see that.
Man,
so that's a culture problem. But again, like I wouldn't mind OG on my team. I'm just not willing to give up 3 first-round picks. I think that's ridiculous. But I think that's about it for me, man.
What about? I know y'all want to talk y'all shit about Julius Randle becoming a starter. I mean,
Hey, listen, I never lost my faith in that man, bro. I
go
know
ahead, talk your shit.
let me say we, because there's a bunch of us, but me and T Town specifically, we've never given up on that man. And it's good to see that he's finally actually taking accountability as well. I think Johnny Bryan. I think he was mentioning Johnny Bryan and how he was like, how would you feel if you had a teammate doing what you doing? And he's like, would you want to play with that guy? And Julius Randle was like, nah. So he's like, man, I had to look myself in the mirror because I guess because he cares about losing, man, and
Right.
we were struggling. I was never mad at him being upset about losing because who likes to lose? Nobody likes to lose.
Right.
Nobody likes to lose. So, but for him to come back after so many fans switched up on him, because let's be real, so many Knicks fans switched up on him, and for him to come back and have this type of season, it makes me proud. I'm proud of him. Keep working hard. Keep playing hard. Lead this team the way we know you can lead them. And salute to you, man. Salute to you for taking accountability on what you did wrong and fixing it. And now look at what you accomplished, man. That's I tip my hat to Julius Randle. Keep doing you, and let's go Knicks.
All right. Shit, man. Kyrie Irving, he an all-star, but I don't know how long he gonna be a Brooklyn Nets all-star.
And I
So
will say this. I will say this to some of you Knicks fans. Shame on you for not voting in Jalen Brunson and the All Star. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? That man, Jalen Brunson, is moving the needle for the New York Knicks, with a lot of Net fans was saying that he wasn't going to move the needle. A lot of Net fans were saying we overpaid a bum.
nah, I ain't
Okay?
not me, but I
Not
did hear
you per se, but you heard the Jalen Bumson and all
that.
that stuff that we overpaid a bum and this, that, and the third. And shout out to Jalen Brunson for proving everybody wrong, for saying he was too small. He was too small. He can't play with the big guys and all this stuff, bro. He's doing it up. So I will say, shame on you, Knicks fans, for not voting in Jalen Brunson into the All Star game. You guys should be ashamed of yourself, and I'm disappointed in all of y'all for not putting in y'all votes.
Oh man, I hear you, man.
Facts,
Shout
facts.
to shout to Kevin Durant. He was player ranked 2 by the players, 2 by the fans, and 4th by the media. Giannis is the only one in front of him. And again, man, he probably won't play, but even if he don't play, he deserves to be an all-star. He's
AJ, you can say what you want about Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson was moving the needle all the way to the Western Conference Finals for the Dallas Mavericks last year. He was moving the needle for that team. He was busting Devin Booker ass, Donovan Mitchell ass, Chris Paul ass. These are three really good players. Three really good players. And he been busting a lot of ass this year too. So y'all can say what
the
y'all
Nets.
want.
Yeah,
He,
not the Nets.
he played a good game against this last one. The first game against the Nets, it was bad. I'll give you that. He had a horrible game. They played good defense against him. But this last game, he played much better.
Well, let's see what much better. Yeah, 10 for 19, 26
He
points.
played much better. He played
Yeah,
much better in this game.
he
He
did.
played in the first game. He struggled horribly. I mean, he shot the ball bad. They played him well. That kid Subner, he did a good job playing defense against Jalen Brunson in that first game. I think he kind of locked him up. But in that second game, Jalen did his shit. You know, I just think that we didn't play good defense at all in that second game, and that's why we got burned the way we got burned.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson, man, and Julius
Yeah,
Randle.
fact.
They play good, man. Like I said, I think you're the second best team in the city, but I do think that Julius Randle deserves to be an all-star. Shout out to Brunson too.
Fact.
Him as well. But he's on there. He's an actual reserve. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, nah, he's not gonna be on it. He's not on it. It's gonna be the reserve is gonna be Halliburton, Julius Randle, and I forget the other guys, but he's not playing. He's not gonna be on it because even Julius Randle in the interview was like, man, you know, it feels weird not. He should be playing with me right now in the All-Star game, and it's true. He should. I'm disappointed in Knicks fans, man. Very disappointed in y'all, bro. I hear all the noise on Knicks Twitter, and it's despicable.
Oh man.
Yeah. See, I call out my fans, bro. I keep it funky.
Yeah, you got to, man. We on my page, we call out each other, man. They call me out and call them out. And it's funny, we debate about Royce O'Neal the most because Royce O'Neal, he'll be streaky, like he'll be having great 3-4 games, and then he'll go cold. And it's like, oh man. So yeah, man, we it's like that on our page, you know what I'm saying? On my page. Shout out to my page, Big Fan Breezy of the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Y'all can find me there. I do the recaps there. Yeah, man, we play Washington tomorrow at 6. Yo, and again, I appreciate everybody that be pulling up wild late because I don't get a chance to, you know, do the recap until I get home from work. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all rolling with me, man. I'll be here tomorrow night for sure. And I don't know who they're going to put a reserve in for KD. I don't know who deserves that spot, but I'm pretty sure they'll find somebody. Even if it's Nick Clax, that'll be dope.
Hopefully. Well, Nick Claxton is in the All-Star game, ain't he?
Nah, he ain't make it, man.
What you mean?
He not on the list. He was on the list, but he didn't make it like the final cut.
What?
The final cut I'm looking, I don't know if this is the real list. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong list, but this list right here don't have him on here. He's
what?
Siakam in front of him. Paolo Banchero? I mean, that rookie?
Pablo Banchero? Oh, yeah, that's deserving. Yo, that dude. If they put him over Nick Claxton, I can't even argue that. I can't even argue that, bro. I can't, bro, because, yo, that kid Banchero is nice, bro. He's balling.
They got Kyle Kuzma over Nick Clax. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like this. I feel like Clax might have got snubbed for this Kyle Kuzma.
Nah, listen. Kyle Kuzma's been balling, though, bro. Kyle Kuzma been balling for Washington, though, man.
Nick
he putting up numbers.
Balling too, man.
But not like Kuzma, bro. Not like Kuzma. And Pablo Banchero and if they put Pablo Banchero and Kuzma over Nick Claxton, I'm sorry, Nick, but those guys are playing out their mind, bro.
They gotta have my guy honorable mention.
I will say that you know, Nick Claxton deserved those votes. He's been playing his ass off this year. I can't even hold. I won't even front.
Yeah, he balling.
I won't even front. He balling.
I didn't think he would start, but I thought he'd at least come off of the bench. He'd be slapping shit.
I thought he was in the wow, I didn't even know that. From what I saw, he was leading. He was actually leading. He had more votes at one point. He had more votes than Julius Randle, and Julius Randle was busting ass.
I know. Yeah, it is an all-star game. They meant offense over defense.
You know, in the all-star game, they don't never play defense.
Right.
They almost be scoring 200 plus points a game, bro.
Right. No, that's valid because I'm not gonna lie. Again, like I said prior, I think one of the most exciting things on defense is to see somebody get their shit punched. but they're gonna be giving clear lanes for the windmill dunks and all type
they
of
not, they don't,
you know,
Matt, you gotta
man.
understand though, they not trying to hurt each other on the All-Star game. They still got a whole half a season to go, so they just trying to have fun. You know, they trying to entertain the fans. That's what it is more than anything, bro. You know.
Yeah. I'm excited. Hopefully, my guy Cam Thomas could get in that rookie sophomore game. I want to see my guy.
I know. My man Quentin Grimes is in it, boy.
I hope he could get in that game,
man. My man Quentin Grimes is lighting it up. I love it. I love my man Quentin Grimes, man. You know, I'm so glad they didn't put him in that deal for Donovan Mitchell. I'm glad. I'm happy. Everybody I've heard Nick saying, yo, Kev, you tripping. Why wouldn't you want Donovan Mitchell? No. I love Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell's a great player. I'm not trying to give up all them assets for All-Star and then have to rebuild my team all over again. I just don't think I want to go that route.
Right. That's pretty much all I got, man.
Man.
In closing, I will say it was bittersweet winning the City game this week because I couldn't even get to the damn show and celebrate it before the news with Kyrie Irving came out.
That's funny because I was telling everybody, I said, man, this is gonna be a great episode. Kyrie done fucked everything up.
Yeah. So shout out to Kyrie swerving Irving as a fan. I still kind of want you on the team. I understand you working the business thing out. Listen,
I got the perfect picture to put up here. I just don't know how to do it.
Hold on. And the last thing I will say is Kyrie Irving, listen, it may not work out on the business side with you, but the fans, you got love and support from the fans. It's a shame that it didn't work out on the business side. I understand. But listen, man, I gotta keep it real, man. I'm a fan of the Brooklyn Nets before I'm a fan of a player. I'm still trying to win. I still hope we compete for a championship. Still a ship named champion. It's a championship. And next time
that ship is about to sink, man. That shit is about to sink. Y'all gonna need some. What you call it? Life savings and all that.
We're gonna need sheetrock. We're gonna need some sheetrock, some insulation. We're gonna need some motherfucker.
Yo, let me ask you a question, man. I want to show the chat a picture here real quick. How would I do that?
First, let me take this down. Okay. Then you go to the word present, and then
present.
You see it under where we talking at. It should say mute, stop cam settings, present or present, invite and leave studio. You see those options?
Let me see. Hold on.
It should be right under where we talking at, right?
Guest. I got mic, cam, guest, and more.
Oh, you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you probably can't do it because you're on your phone. You could do it.
Oh, is that what it is? All right.
No doubt. I don't know if you could send it to me to do it, but I don't know, man. It must be a funny ass picture. Listen, what I will say is this.
Yeah, my bad.
When it come down to the Brooklyn Nets, we still want to compete. I don't know what direction we go, man, but this is a fun show, man. I definitely wanted to talk my shit, but I just
Kyrie Irving kind of messed that up for you. I know.
Yeah, I feel like we got bigger fish to fry right now. You know what I'm saying? So
salute to you, Kyrie. Appreciate you, my brother.
Damn, Kyrie. This is all I care about. I got a whole we got a whole show and you just did whatever you did, man.
Man, I know. I'm pretty sure you had everything lined up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hit Kev. I'm gonna hit Kev with this, and I'm gonna hit Kev with that, and bam, he came out and like, oh, come on,
you know
Kyrie.
How you stare at the phone for a second to make sure you're looking at what you're looking at. I was like, nah, not today, not on a Friday. You could have did this shit tomorrow, man. Like, it's all good though, man. Like, shout to
man.
Fans, Nets fans. I always say we the best fans. Y'all know that. The City game was fun. We play again 2 weeks. So after this week, the next week we play. So we see y'all again on the 10th, and we play the Knicks on the 13th. So that's right.
Hopefully we get some bench hope from here to there, and let's see what happens. But salute to everybody that pulled up on the chat. Hit that like button if you like some. Subscribe for your boys. Share. Hit that share button as well.
Word.
And, appreciate y'all for having me, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, we doing this together, man. Kev is definitely a big part of what we doing. We all doing this together. He's very instrumental in what we doing. I don't even see how we do it without Kev. To be honest, I feel like we all together. To be honest, I don't really separate Kev in this what we doing. So shout out to Kev and shout out to T-Time, man. He said he gonna watch the rest when he get home. And yeah, man, it's always fun, man. And we be back, man. Hopefully 4-0, holding that 4th place seed. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. But again, it's been great. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. This is KVN Who Run the City, the podcast. Until next week. Peace.
Let's go, Knicks.